Okay, so like I said, my name is Mary. I'm not going to stand up here and hold a whole bunch of cards for you to read, but it is Autism Awareness Month, and I wanted to tell my story. So this is our story of how we found out that our son Tevin, who is 6 years, I mean, he's 8 years old right now, but 6 years ago, how our lives changed when we found out that he was autistic. So Tevin got sick with just a regular cold, and just like any mother would, I took him to the urgent care. He was really sick, so I took him to the urgent care because he had a high fever, everything. So me and his dad, we took him to the urgent care, and the doctor was checking Tevin out and doing just regular routines on him and asking regular routine questions. And so the doctor then asked us, is Tevin eating? Is he drinking? Is he still speaking? And so then that's when we kind of got puzzled. We were like, speaking? Tevin don't really speak. And at the time, Tevin was 2 years old. And so we were like, Tevin don't really speak. And so, the doctor was really concerned. And the doctor then told us that, well, Tevin should be saying at least 100 words. And so, even though we already had our other son, Jamor, who was 4 at the time, we just didn't really want to compare the two. And we was just thinking that, oh, okay, that Tevin he'll catch up and he'll learn things on his own. And at the right time, you know, during his growth spurt. And so and I will say that maybe just a little bit we was in denial. Like, I kind of sensed that something was kind of wrong, but then I just kept telling myself that, oh, he'll learn, he'll grow on his own. He don't have to move as fast as his brother. But so, back to the doctor being concerned. So, the doctor then told us that we have to make an appointment with his pediatrician. And so, which we did, and really get in touch with his pediatrician and just express these concerns that he's not talking. He's a little over 2, maybe 2 years and 3 months, and he knew maybe about 1 or 2 words. And so we did. We set the appointment up, saw the pediatrician, and after that, the pediatrician set us up with infant toddler services. And then that's just where our journey just began. And it was a really long journey with infant toddler services coming to our house once a week, and to work with Tevin and to do different types of tests with him. And we had no idea that the testing and all the doctor's appointments and everything would be endless, because at the time Tevin was nonverbal, but as his parents, we knew all his wants and needs. Tevin, he pointed for everything. And so we just knew. We knew what he wanted. We knew when he wanted to eat, what he wanted to eat, because he pointed. So when we got with infant toddler services, they started doing their evaluations. He started using sign language. And he's like 2.5, y'all. So after that, it took maybe about 6 weeks for infant toddler services to work with him and do the evaluation. Then it was time for the big evaluation. So with the big evaluation, he had to go to Children's Mercy's Hospital to get the big evaluation done, and to KU to go get that second opinion. So we went to, and Tevin's not even 3 yet. He's maybe 3 months before he's approaching 3 years old. So we went to Children's Mercy's, and then from there, they did their big evaluation. And then it just came out that Tevin was autistic. And like I said, we was a little in denial, and with me having prior experiences in SPED, so I knew what autism was. But like I said, it wasn't that I didn't want to accept it, because I wanted to get the help. So, in which I did. And so from there, I just got all the information I could. We went to KU, did the second evaluation, and it was clear that Tevin had autism spectrum. That's what it's called. It's called the autism spectrum disorder. And so we just still continue to work with him daily, even so as parents, with trying to get him to speak and try to get him to do other things that kids normally do. And see, at birth, Tevin, I carried him the whole 39 weeks. And I had him by C-section. I didn't have any complications. He was born healthy. Everything was fine. He went and had his shots. He had regular checkups. But I noticed that around 15 to 18 months, that's when I noticed a change in Tevin. I mean, he held his bottle when he was supposed to. He crawled when he was supposed to. He stood up when he was supposed to. He started taking his first steps when he was supposed to. But around 15 to 16 months old, that's when I kind of noticed small little changes in Tevin. And like I said, I was a little in denial, but I just thought that he'll just learn on his own. So now that I know he's at the age now where he's almost 3, we got all the tests done, and now that I know that he has autism, that I know that now as a parent, it's up to me to be his advocate and to look into more resources and to help my son so he can be able to talk and so he can be able to communicate with us. Because at the time, he was not communicating with us. So from there on, our long journey just begun. So Tevin started school. He started Head Start when he was a couple of months before he was ready for preschool, pre-K. Well, Head Start. He started Head Start early, before 3. And so we started Head Start, and he started getting speech services, OT. He just started getting his special education services early. And also, too, then the school wanted to do an evaluation, in which they did. And so then, in the process of the school doing the evaluation, we just continue to get more help. And also, too, with us being the advocate for him, Tevin had visual cards with pictures on it. That's how he communicated. We were able to bring those visual picture cards home, those cue cards home, and work with him at home. So if he wanted juice, we had a picture that said, "I want juice," and he would hold that picture up. And so, like I said, we started the sign language and stuff with him, and that seemed to really work, and it seemed to really help. So as the years went on, every few months, every 6 months, we had to go to Church of Mercies and do an evaluation. And so Tevin maybe is now at the age of 4. So even though he was 4, he was still functioning like a 2-year-old. And so things was just beginning to get really hard, and just still as parents, just trying to figure out what was best and exactly what to do as far as supporting Tevin and providing for him. Because Tevin, he was not potty trained at the age of a normal 3-year-old. He was still not really talking. He didn't really start speaking to us until he was 4. And so, I mean, it was starting to be really hard, because we had another child. We had Jamar, and then we had him. And so trying to balance between the two. And then it was just sometimes that I was just frustrated, and I didn't know what to do. Or I didn't know how to help him, or if he was sick, I didn't know what he needed, because he couldn't really communicate to us like, "Oh, I'm in pain," or "Oh, I'm hurting." everything was a point or a gesture, a hand gesture. And it was just times too where I just feel like it got kind of hard, and I went in my room plenty of nights, and I closed the door and I just cried. And good thing I have his dad by my side to help out as well. But together we were just figuring it out. And so Tevin still began to show signs of improvement. And so today, Tevin is 8 years old, and we still went endless times to Children's Mercies and had doctor's appointments, and then it was still like one small problem after the next, just with him and his development. And we were still figuring it out. And then the whole time too, even now till this day, Tevin receives special education services. So we're still getting help. At times I feel like we're not getting all the help that we should be getting, but I'll never stop being his advocate because I'm his mom and I love him. And now I have 3 children now. At the time I had 2. So now I have 3. I have 2 boys and a girl, and my little girl, she's 4 now. And you know, and just now I just kind of see how far behind he was on the growth chart and with his motor skills. Like now that I see that she's skyrocketing and she's 4 and just talking up a storm. She was talking up a storm at 1. So I'm just here to tell you that when the signs are there, don't ignore it. Don't be in denial. Don't be afraid to talk to your pediatrician or to talk to your doctor, and just get help, because you'll help your child at an early age more than you would if they were further off in life. Because by them getting the help now, it just helps them for a brighter future. So like I said, Tevin didn't really talk until he was 4. And at 8 years old, he can speak now. He can talk to us. But sometimes it's still a guessing game. But I'm just thankful. I thank God for every experience. I love my son to death. I wouldn't change him for anything in the world, because he's a part of me. And I know that he might need me maybe for the rest of his life. I don't know. But as his mom and his dad, we're going to be there for him. And so just like I said, pay attention to the signs. If you don't know what autism is, look it up. It's called autism spectrum disorder. So if you don't know what it is, look it up. And I don't know everything. As a parent, as a mother, I can say that I'm still learning. But I'm thankful, and I'll never, ever trade my son for anything in the world. Even when times get hard and challenging, I'll do everything in my power to learn so I can make sure I'm there for him. So, with that being said, I do want to say to everyone, I do want to say Happy Autism Awareness Day. And if you don't know what it is and you're unaware, look it up. Get the facts. So I want to introduce my son. This is Tevin. This is Tevin, and I love him so much. He have come so far in life, and we're still learning daily. Tevin, I want you to look at the camera, and I want you to say something to them. Tell them that I'm hi.
Hi, I'm Tevin. Please like and share. Thank you.
So as you can see, he's talking and he's doing good. And I am so proud of him, and I love him. And so, like he said, please like and share so others can be aware. And I thank you all so much for listening. But this is our story, and our journey is still in the phase of beginning, and we have a long way to go, and we won't give up hope because we love our Tevin. So happy Autism Awareness Day. Tevin, can you say bye?
Bye.
Thank you.